Good morning, guys. It's Mimi, and I come this morning to just spread some love. Caring is sharing, sharing is caring. And so I want to talk to you this morning about the porosity of your hair. So my hair this morning is not done. I just got up and this is its state. And you know what? I love it. I'm going nowhere, so there's no rush to get my hair done on today. However, I was watching a video this morning, and I don't remember whose video it was. I actually was watching a couple of videos, but the person that most stood out was talking about her hair and how dry it was. And so I just wanted to talk really quickly about your hair porosity. And so it's very important with natural hair to know your hair porosity. So this is going to be a really quick video, so I'm not going to talk in depthly about it, but I do want you to understand that it's very important to understand the porosity of your hair. So for those of you who are like, what does she mean porosity? Very easy. It's like your hair's ability to absorb water or moisture. So anytime you don't know what someone is referencing when you look at a YouTube video or whatever, just look it up. You know, we don't use dictionaries anymore, but we do have the World Wide Web, internet, whatever you want to call it. And if you're looking at me on YouTube, you absolutely have access to it. And if you don't know how to spell the word, oftentimes if you have speak to text, you say the word and it'll spell it for you. So anywho, all those things said, make sure you look up any term that you don't know. And for most of us, we're willing to explain to you or give you definitions if you just ask in the comments. So your hair porosity. If you don't know what your hair porosity is, because honestly, in the beginning of my hair journey, and I'm still very, very new in my hair journey, I thought that I have 4C hair, so I have low porosity. Not necessarily true. So to learn the porosity of your hair, you can just get a glass of water, put a strand, make sure your hair is clean. Take a strand of clean hair, drop it into the water. If it stays at the top, you have low porosity hair. If it hovers somewhere in the middle, then you have the normal porosity, and if it goes to the bottom, then you have high porosity hair. Typically, if you have low porosity hair, what we or those of us that have low porosity hair tend to do is overuse product. And that's because it's not being absorbed. Low porosity hair doesn't absorb product very well because our cuticles are tight. And so we think, oh, it's not being absorbed. We have to add more and more and more. That's not true. What you have to do is find a way to make certain that the product is being absorbed. Here are a quick couple of ways that you can make sure that the product is being absorbed. Make sure that your cuticles are open. How do you do that? You can either, one, make sure that your hair is damp when you're adding product. That's one good way of doing it. Secondly, make sure that it's warm. So in the shower, that's a great way. You can add some product in the shower, like leave-in conditioners, or if you want to add some coconut oil, you know, while you're in the shower. That's a great way because there's the warm mist from your shower or whatever. It keeps your cuticles open. Or if you want to just put on put some whatever product it is and then put a shower cap on or sit in the dryer. I don't know if I just said that or not. But either way, just make sure that the product is being absorbed. Don't just add more product, but just make sure the product is being absorbed. That is very, very important. And coconut oil is unbelievable. Make sure that when you're trying products, coconut oil is one of those products that you try. Typically, people will say, coconut oil doesn't work for me, specifically if you have low porosity, because what happens with coconut oil, specifically if you use it on dry hair, is if you put some on the hair and it sits on the hair, it will potentially get cold and then it will cake up on the hair, kind of like a paste. Well, that's because you have low porosity hair. or because it's gotten cold. And with coconut oil, what it does is when it's warm, it's in a liquid form. When it's cooled, it's in a solid form. So here's what we do. We make sure it's always in a liquid form so it can be absorbed. And you make sure that it's absorbed by making sure that your cuticles are open when you're applying it. Okay, this was not intended to be a long video. It's supposed to be quick and informative. So I hope that I've offered you some information that is helpful. If you have questions, please do not hesitate to ask. I only wanted to, jump in quickly with a video and leave because I have lots to do today. But you know what? Lots to do, and it's around the house. Thank goodness I don't have to go anywhere today. Actually, I'm doing my daughter's hair today. Braids. Braids take me a long time because I have neuropathy in my hands. And so, all right. Love you much. You know what? God is love. I am love. I love you. Peace.